Well, welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and anybody that knows racing all through the state of Maine and New England, and even now countrywide, knows what this Oxford 250 means to this region, what it means to these racers, young and old, veterans and rookies, and it's this weekend. It's a big deal, and we thought it was only fitting to start our show off with the guy that's going to try to separate himself from the field. When I say the field, you talk to the likes of Dion, Nason, and Rowe, three-time winners. Now you got Travis Benjamin that adds his name to that list. He's going to start his own. He wants to be on his own step. And Travis, we want to welcome you to Mainly Motorsports.
Hey, Perry. Thank you for having me, bud.
Listen, I know you started go-kart racing years ago at Unity and watching your dad, Ronnie, compete on the short tracks throughout Maine and travel to, Thunder Road, different places. But did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that you could ever potentially be listed with the likes of Nason, Dion, and Rowe as the only three-time winner of the Oxford 250?
Not at all. I remember being a kid sitting in the grandstand just wanting to, like I said, be a part of that race. And I do remember about 10 years ago, I was sitting in the pit, and I believe it was the ACT race, and when ACT was running the 250, and I just wanted to be a part of it still, because at that point we really hadn't run very many of them, and to be where we are today is kind of unbelievable.
Yeah. So this weekend you're going to walk in there just like you have three other times as the defending winner of that race, and this year's the 7 team in Travis resembles last year's the 7 team in Travis. You guys been good. You've been off just a whisker. You've been running up front at these Oxford Pass races, but you're not the guy that's setting the tone and making everybody think that you're the favorite. And that was last year, and lo and behold, at the end of the night, you guys are lugging home the big hardware. And do you have that same bit of feel, that same bit of confidence? The team, we're not quite there, but we're close enough that Sunday can be our day.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always a bad thing. Not having the bullseye on your back, kind of not being the team everybody's thinking that needs to be beat. So, and we've been good each race. All the past races so far this year. The first one we started 14th. The second one I think we started 12th, and both times we got the second or third there. So we're good, but we kind of fall off a little bit at the end. But I think we're close. So anytime we're close with the guys with the crew that I got, I have no doubt we can be there at the end.
Yeah, no, and this is a big deal. They'll be in the neighborhoods of 60 plus cars, with 40 having a legitimate shot to be standing on the podium at the end of the night. And who do you see this year as being some of the threats that that have those bullseyes on them, and you're looking at them as a potential favorite as well?
It's hard to really pinpoint anybody. There's so many good cars nowadays. And we were talking, there's 15 to 20 cars that can win that race easily. The ones that stand out, kind of Jeff Taylor, he's 2 for 2 right now, and the 40 car, Nick Sweet, he's won 4 or 5 races already this year with us. So those are kind of the guys. There's a lot of others. There's a bunch that can win that race, and everything's just got to fall in place,
Now, for the average fan, they know it's a big race. They know people want to win it. But talk about the differences in preparation, cost, to go to a race like this versus just show up and run a normal 150-lap pass race at whether it's White Mountain, Thunder Road, Oxford, wherever. Talk about the difference, Trav.
I'm lucky that PETIT gives us anything, whatever we need. My buddy Kyle and I, we were out there working on the car tonight. We were, my son's really starting to help me now, Tate, and he was asking why you got the car all stripped, So we basically, in 2 weeks, do what we do all winter. We strip the car right down, go through, we went through the fuel cell, rear ends, transmissions, clutches, so this race is it's to win the race, you first got to get to the finish, you know what I mean? So you got to make sure that everything's where it needs to be, and the cost, yes, it's very expensive, just the tire budget, and just to get in, 3 days you're there, so you got a hotel cost. It's a big weekend.
Yeah, no, and that's where the sponsors come in, and the locals, and obviously you got some good help, guys that have been with Peter for years. Your family-owned business, the Belfast Variety, that's been with you guys for years, and then that's what makes this day possible, because at the end all them teams are spending pretty close to the same amount of money, so there's only one or two guys that are going to get their money back at the end of the day, so everybody else has got to kind of make sure they get some help that really doesn't rip their budget apart for the rest of 2020.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of money going into this weekend, and so it helps. Obviously, to win the race, it helps you throughout the rest of the year. But if, like you said, if you finish probably fifth or worse, you spend a lot of your budget in that one weekend.
Now, last year, I've been longtime friends with Peter Pettit. We talk about it all the time. I sold him his first race car that got him into the 250 race. That's why he wanted to do it back in 2006. So, and obviously, Greg Cormier, a relationship with Zampel and Consolidated and with my parent company that I work for, LST Landscaping. So last year, you guys approached us to see if we'd help out, and we wanted to help because of the relationship on both sides. And we kind of threw a unique thing at you, and never in our wildest dreams, and probably never in your wildest dreams, that it would materialize. That we said to Travis, we'll give you a set of tires, $700 or whatever, but we're going to do better. We're not going to give it to you until after the race. So if you end up second or third, we'll take that $700 and we'll make it $1,400. And if you win the race, I'll have a check with me and we'll stroke your check for $2,100. And so never in our wildest dreams, probably never in your. I mean, we knew it was a potential, but you don't think of that at the time. But lo and behold, there you are sitting on top of the world, and you just took a sponsorship and tripled it by winning the race, huh?
Yeah, that was an awesome deal. I can't thank you guys enough for the sponsor. I can't thank all my sponsors enough. And at the beginning of the race, we were decent. It didn't really cross my mind. And when we pitted him, I think we started like 13th, and we were in second in like 10 laps. And then there was two cautions, and I'm not lying. That crossed my mind. I'm like, I really feel that the worst I could finish is like third right now. and then there was the caution with like 3 laps to go. We're leading. I'm like, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna triple my sponsorship.
No, that's cool to know.
I don't know if that's a good thing to go across your mind. If that's
well, we always think
that's what I was more worried about.
Yeah, we always think of the pocketbook, but no, you guys, it was fun to do it with you. It was fun to follow along with, and I had the check with me, and it'll be no different than this Sunday, Trav. I'll have the check with me, and I'd love nothing more than to come party with you guys and sign, give you that check and fill in the 2,100. So we're gonna do that again with you guys this year. It's a lot of fun, and we got a lot from it, and just the exposure and just the the camaraderie of being a part of the team that won the 250. So we wish you guys the best of luck. I mean, you got a great group of guys. You guys enjoy racing. You guys have fun at it, and Ronnie needs a trophy. I mean, he ain't got much this year, has he? So Ronnie needs a trophy, and I need a little extra business. So let's see if we can go get it done this Sunday, Trav.
Yeah, I got my fingers crossed. Like you said, we got a great group of guys. There's no doubt with the group of guys I got and everybody that we can do it. It's just got to all come together. Hopefully, we're talking to you again at the end of the race, bud.
Oh yeah, no, we'll talk anyway. But the guy that's looking to separate himself from Mike Rowe, Dave Dion, and Ralph Nason, and give himself his own step and be called the only 4-time winner of the Oxford 250, Travis Benjamin. So, Travis, thank you for taking the time with us here on Mainly Motorsports. Wish you and your team the best of luck this weekend. We'll be there cheering you on just like we will with many competitors because we know it's such a big deal to win this race. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a worn key. Where would you bring it? At what cost? And for how long? At eKeys for Cars, our experienced technicians will diagnose your problem and get you going quickly with a fixed price quote. Whenever and wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars comes to you with a new key or ignition repair. Just call eKeys for Cars, the fast, affordable mobile solution to your vehicle key and lock needs.
They raise the bar, eKeys for Cars.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 feature divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Mainely Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Well, obviously a huge weekend around here, particularly Oxford Plains Speedway. A lot of the other short tracks in the area, as well as New Hampshire, taking the weekend off. Some tracks are still running, but they also got some big events coming up. And over at Wiscasset Speedway, next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, the Boss Hog 150. So chance to catch up with the super late model guys again. You're going to see some of the top drivers. Might not have the car count that Oxford will have this weekend, but still a pretty good paying race. And last year, who can forget the battle of Ben Ashline and Garrett Hall going right down to the last 10-15 laps, and Ben getting penalized but still coming from the back in short order to win that race and sweep the big events at Wiscasset for 2019. He'll be there this year. He could be there as the reigning to Oxford 250 winner. The way he's running, and picked up a win this past weekend over to Oxford. So Boss Hog 150 the following weekend. Obviously, they got constraints, fans constraints, the stands, just like Oxford's dealing with. But still pretty affordable to get over there and go in the pits and check this race out. So mark your calendar for the weekend of September 6th over at Wiscasset Speedway. This past weekend, Group A in attendance and Flex Division Racing. We got some highlights. Brandon doing a great job, and he's going to be at Oxford with us this weekend. But did a great job. The Super Street Race, keep an eye on that Dominic Curett, the reigning Pro 4 4-cylinder, 4-cylinder Pro Stock champion. Now is getting ready to move up and challenge the likes of his brother Dom over there at who's racing at Beach Ridge. So, his brother Devin Dom. Dom's the little one. But he's quite a wheelman, and he's made his debut a couple weeks ago over there at Wiscasset. And this weekend, started at the back, just picked his way methodically through, and won't be long. He'll be in a podium in his new division, the Super Streets. So enjoy the highlights of the Super Streets and the Pro Stocks from Wiscasset Speedway. Brought to you by Brandon Simmons.
deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season? Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order a copy of this show, send a check or money order for $15, including shipping and handling to Mainely Motorsports, 2 Main Street, Suite 17-103, Bedford, Maine, 04005. And please add the show number in the description of the show.
The one thing that sets a weekend apart like the Oxford 250 is the attention that the support divisions get on a daily basis. So they got racing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you can't make it Sunday, if you can't go in the pits, you can buy it, the package on Speed 51 and see the racing. You can see it all weekend, but you might decide that Friday night's program works for you and try to get a ticket. I don't know if the tickets are sold out for the stands or not. Saturday night, the American Canadian Tour, and car number 19 up there, Bobby Weber-owned team with Brian Kruzak. They've been the car to beat at Oxford when it comes to the American Canadian Tour. Fast. Brian's he knows exactly how to run the race, knows the groove to run the race in, at what time of the race to run that groove in, and they've been fast as they, picked up two out of, I think, the last 3 wins there, and last year were the winners the night before the 250. So that's going to be a great program. So to put these other cars, the street stocks, the past mods, and speaking of the past mods, Sunday, $1,000 to win, Mayheim Antiques, putting up the money. Big hardware, a lot of extra contingencies. Mainly Awards has stepped up with a special program for the heat winners. They'll probably have 3 heats. So great opportunity to support division, that they struggled at the beginning of the year. I'm not going to lie to you, and anybody, the competitors will tell you they struggled. But last couple of races haven't been too bad. They've been showing some respect and doing a good job. So they're not the main event on Sunday, but they're having their own main event on Sunday. So congratulations to those guys, and they're going to be put on a whale of a show, and it's going to be a good time. So it's always good for these guys. And I just want them to understand it, because, sometimes you hear, it costs us more money, it costs us more this, it costs us more that. Well, it costs a lot of money to put a weekend on like this, a lot of money. So, we all got to do our part to make it happen. Yeah, maybe you're not racing for the big hardware or the big check, but you're racing on the big stage. Speed 51's covering the events. And sometimes I don't think people understand what it's like to be on the big stage, or be a part of the big event. I'm sure there's a lot of high school football teams that would say, hey, yeah, you're going to play the morning of the Super Bowl on the same field that the Super Bowl is going to take place. I don't think many of them would say, well, that's going to cost me too much money to go play. So that's the way you guys need to look at it. That's the way we look at it. We've always looked at it, and going to be a great time. So speed51.com for all the info if you need to purchase the program. I know a lot of people will, 250 parties that, it's not going to be the same. I get it. You're not going to have the 600 campers. You're not going to have the grandstands packed. You're not going to have all of that, losing a big contingency of the elderly that won't make the trek up, the Canadians that come up, the people that come over from Vermont and stay the weekend, we're losing a lot of that. So that's going to have a snowball effect, and, hats off to Tom and Mary and the entire Mayberry family and the staff of the Pro All-Star Series and Oxford Plains Speedway and everything they're doing to try to continue this trend of putting this race on that's been going on for 47 years. So we'll be there. We'll have some highlights. We'll talk to the winners. Maybe stroking on a bigger check to Travis Benjamin. Who knows? But going to be a great weekend, and we're going to do all weekend to make it a success. And I'm sure a lot of you other people will do everything you can to make it a success. So we'll take a break. We'll come back and see if we can catch up with another driver that's hoping to add their name to the history books and win this race for the first time.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We're starting our end of season sale now. We have over 300 campers in stock and every unit is on sale, even the 2020s. Up to $16,000 off travel trailers, up to $30,000 off fifth wheels and motorhomes, up to $40,000 off toy haulers. Ask about our bi-weekly payment program to save you even more money. Financing available, trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Our family has been in business since 1972. I'm Johnny Wolf. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. 21st Century Motors now offers low-rate credit union financing and first-time buyer programs. We have a large selection of vehicles starting at $49.90. Quality vehicles and guaranteed repairs. Come see why more than 50% of our business is repeat or referral. Visit us today on Route 25 in Gorham, Maine, or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
From our family to your family.
Mainely Motorsports, brought to you by
Scott's Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scott's Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scottsrecreation.com.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and on the air now, we got a guy that's in a point battle like you've never been involved in with the 7G of Curtis Gary. But right now, this week, that point battle up to Oxford Plains Speedway takes a back seat to the Oxford 250. And rolling into this race, this guy has to be on everybody's radar because of the way he's run up at Oxford this year. And that's Dave Farrington, driver of the DMD Racing, number 23. And Dave, we want to welcome you to Mainly Motorsports.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, Steve. Appreciate it.
Man, this I know the season's not over, but you can't ask for the season to be going any better than it's already going. With 3 Saturday night races in a row win, finishing runner-up to a 100-lapper earlier in the year to Jeff Taylor. That's like a win. And then coming out in the last pass race before the 250, making a statement and winning that race. So what else could you do or have done up to this point to make your season any better, Dave?
I would say the month of August could last as long as it possibly could because we're undefeated here in the month of August. The 1st, the 8th, the 15th, 16th. It's can't get much better than that. That's for sure.
So all you got to do now is just go win a heat and then win the 250, and then you've swept the month, and that makes for what we would call a great career, let alone a great month.
Yeah, it'd certainly be a marquee event to have on our resume for sure. It's something we've dreamed about since, we've been 7 years old, since I ever started racing in go-karts way back then. So, not necessarily have to win the heat race, but it sure would take a lot of pressure off and it would make us feel good and start up front. That whole luck of the draw scenario always comes into play for everybody, and, it's true in a way. I just want to get it done and over with. Just pick the number now for all I really care and get that part over with. And let's just go out and race and do what we've been doing best and have a good run. And, we've got some strategy ideas, some ideas to do, how we want to play out pitch strategy and how the race unfolds. And we just got to stay clean and stay focused and, put ourselves there in contention at the end for sure.
No, absolutely. And that's something that, a lot of people take into consideration is the pitch strategy, because no matter how fast your car is, if you go with the wrong strategy for that day, your day's done. It just don't work.
Oh, you're absolutely. I mean, you could get easily caught up, a lap down easy enough if you fall behind on tire strategy or, if you start out a little bit off. Cautions, you just never know how they're going to play out. And, I look back, not a historian by any means, but, we typically only have about 4 or 5 cautions. And there's always a long green flag stretch, too. So you just got to be, good enough and prepared for circumstances like that to happen. And at least have a strategy in mind, but it always seems to be a moving target the way the cautions fall.
No, absolutely. And 2020 for the number 23 car resembles a few years back of the number 7G for Curtis Gary. He was fast. Every time at Oxford, he was fast. He won a couple pass races, but I don't think anybody even considered him a legitimate threat. They just said, well, this is the 250. This is the 250. This isn't a regular pass race. This isn't a Saturday night race. Well, you've made a statement this year that it doesn't matter that it's a 250. You guys have a car capable of winning it, and obviously everybody's going to bring their best piece. Travis Benjamin, obviously Jeff Taylor, Bubba's coming back. I think he was embarrassed last year, Bubba Pollard. So, you obviously know Derek Griffith, DJ Shaw. Before they were talking about you, they were talking about Nick Sweet. So, there's more than a handful. There's a couple of handfuls of guys that are going to bring their best game, and you got to be on your best game if you're going to be standing in victory lane.
Yeah, I think we certainly like it when we come in kind of underdog or nobody's even talking about us. But I think we've done enough to eliminate that whole theory for ourselves. So, there's I think some people have said, enjoy the pressure for the next week and this and that. And it's like, we just do what you got to do. There's no pressure. If guys want to talk to us and mark us as their favorite, then great. The whole jinx thing, this and that, we don't believe in that. We just got to stay focused and do what we got to do best. Well, and, we took this past weekend off to do a little bit of additional maintenance that we normally don't get to do on a short week. I was still there at Oxford, keeping an eye on the competition by all means. But, sorry.
No, that's fine.
This airport sucks. I try to walk away, and I'm still not far enough
Yep.
away. Your editor guy, this will
Oh,
make
yeah.
him earn his money this week.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Shoot. I'm sure you can probably hear that in the background. I walked as far away as possible, but I'm sure you can still hear it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I kind of lost the segue there.
What were we talking about? About the extra maintenance. You just finished talking about the extra maintenance you guys have been doing.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, we took this week off to do some additional maintenance on the car that we normally don't get to do on a short week. I'm still there at the track to keep an eye on the competition to see what guys may have been doing right or maybe doing wrong, or hopefully maybe making the car worse instead of better. Who knows? But just look over every little thing that you may not get time to do during the week on the car, and just make sure everything's perfect, make sure nothing's moved or changed, and give her a little bit extra attention, a little more cleaning and rub down, make her shiny, look good, and keep doing what we're doing. Make it go fast like it has been for the entire month of August.
Well, like you said, the added pressure going in as with having I call it a bullseye in your back. Well, you know what? I'd rather roll in there Friday morning and know I got a real good piece that I'm going to roll out of that trailer than know we've struggled and still searching for the speed we need to be competitive and get in the race. So I think you're in a great spot. You got some great support system. You don't have that big crew that rolls in each week, but you got a dedicated group that makes it happen. So talk about the crew, talk about the sponsors, talk about the people making it possible for you to roll in there as a legitimate favorite for this weekend's race.
Yeah, thank you, Steve, for leading into the segue there. I know I got to try to jump in every once in a while to start mentioning those guys because they deserve a lot of credit, and give them credit where credit's due for sure. So, like you said, we have a pretty good knit group of guys that are consistently there, week in, week out. So, they all fit in. They're all getting familiar with each other. They know what needs to be done. So, obviously it starts right from the top with my mother and father. My fiance Erica, her brother Dave Newman, Brandon Lazat, Adam, Curtis, my uncle Jeff, We'll have a full crew there that'll, be on task and know what they need to do to get it done. And again, our great sponsors that you mentioned as well, our local sponsors here from the state of Maine, Intervise Realty, Captured Memories Taxidermy, Fourth Generation Logging, Hilltop Collision Center. We got our friend Brian Goslin, Brian's Auto Body out of New Hampshire. Appreciate his support this year. We're working on maybe one other sponsor for the bumper cover. That's still to be determined at this point. Still working that out. We'll see if that all works out, and if it does, we'll unveil that for a 250 weekend. And then our great partners with DMD Racing. So a lot of people may be unfamiliar with what I do. We started our own racing retail parts and steel business a couple of years ago, and we've got a lot of great manufacturers and product vendors that have come on board with us, including Renegade Race Fuels, Swift Springs, Bassett Race Wheels, Strange Oval, Quartermaster, Tiger Quick Change Rear Ends, Longacre Race Products, Coleman Race Products, and many others as well that help make a difference, help support us, and we support them. And certainly those products are on our car, and if we're winning with those products, then they got to be on everybody else's car. So it's been working out pretty well.
No, absolutely. And that group you just mentioned has a better than average chance of rolling in there Sunday night, probably around 9 o'clock, and calling themselves part of the Oxford 250 winning team. So, Dave, we wish you the best of luck. It is an amazing run that you're on, and you just need it to go at least one more weekend. Just one more weekend. And how cool would it be to give that back to your parents that have put so much into your racing career? Like you said, started at 7 years old on the backstretch, Oxford Plains Speedway, winning all them go-kart races, traveling New England racing go-karts, making the trek to Beech Ridge, winning 2 NASCAR championships down there, and then now to try to reach the pinnacle of a racer's career when it comes from the state of Maine, and that's winning the Oxford 250.
Yeah, you left me speechless there. You pretty much nailed it right on the head. There's always been a saying too. You got a lot of great drivers from Franklin County here in the state of Maine. The top one on that list obviously is Jeff Taylor, Cassius Clark, and then here I am sitting there as well from Franklin County, and we've been 0 on the win column here in the 250. So we're definitely hoping that changes, and we're hoping we bring that back to the town of Jay, Maine, where we reside, and again, add that marquee win to our career and our resume. So we're really looking forward to giving it all we got and seeing if we can't bring that home for us.
Well, you're a young guy, but you're a focused guy, and you got as good a shot. You got a better shot than most up there this weekend. We wish you the best of luck. Hopefully catching up with you at the end of the night, introducing you as the first-time winner of the Oxford 250, Dave. So best of luck from all of us at Mainely Motorsports, and have a great week as you prepare for this event.
Excellent. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, everybody at Mainely Motorsports that makes this all possible. Thanks again.
That's Dave Farrington, one of the definite pre-race favorites rolling into Oxford this weekend. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with some more highlights over there from Star Speedway right here on Mainely Motorsports.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Well, welcome back to Mainely Motorsports, and saw some great racing over the weekend at some of the local short tracks all through New England. A couple of tracks that we know of, Hudson Speedway. Took it on the chin Sunday, weren't able to get their program in. Obviously, Beech Ridge Motor Speedway on Saturday night, but everybody else was able to get their program in as they wind down their 2020, which has been better than we thought. Not as good as we'd hoped back in January when we were sitting at the Northeast Motorsports Expo, but from what we happened the middle of March, you got to admit it's been better than what we thought it would be. So some great racing. We traveled down to Star Speedway, and Brick was running. But whew, telling you, that place just packs cars in there. That street stock division have you on the edge of your seat. That's 2 weeks in a row that you didn't know until they crossed the line who was going to be the winner. And then the 350 Supers, when you could put 22 of them around that little quarter-mile track and put on some side-by-side racing that they put on, and edge of your seat, the wind blowing when they go by. I mean, yeah, you want to check out those guys in the big blocks at the Star Classic. So we got some highlights, street stocks, 350 Supers, and then we'll end with the slingshots.
Stocks, green flag in the air, street stock, 25 lot, main event underway. Erickson up in the wall in car number 1. Austin Pork Chop Erickson up into Woody's Auto Street Stock main event, back underway. Thorne down into turns 1 and 2, leads him down the back chute. Tyler Chase tries to pull even on the outside groove in car 64. Chase on the high side trying to fight from the outside groove, side by side for the lead. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Thorne on the bottom side by a bumper. Tyler Chase not going to outside groove in car 64 down the back chute, pulls even with him, still side by side for the top spot. Right behind them, Anthony Belfiore, Ron Bulldog side by side as well. Timmy Boyle in 5th. Good hard racing up front, nearly going to the 25 lap main event for the Woody's Auto Street Stock. Anderson in the 1 car around. He's going to keep it rolling. We stay green. Anderson in the 81 car keeps it rolling. We stay green. Thank you very much. Lovejoy able to get by. He moves himself up into 4th. Max Dolliver looking to fill the hole down underneath the 90B of Boyle. They're all trying to find a way by Pat Thorne in car number 27. He sits in the 3rd spot. Boyle not going away on the high side down the backstretch. Chaz Briggs in the 82 car heads down pit road in his first start of the 2020 campaign with us, a regular at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. Look at this battle for the 3rd spot, folks. It's a 4-car battle for 3rd as Belfiore peeks to the bottom side on Chase for the top spot. Racing all over the Star Speedway once again in the Woody's Auto Street Stocks, one of the toughest divisions in all the land. Belfiore to the bottom side on Chase. Chase slams the door shut. Belfiore stays with him. Once again, Chase slams the door shut. Contact made for the top spot. Boyle in the 90B on the outside groove, falling behind now. Belfiore looks to the outside for the lead now down the front stretch. Adam Lovejoy able to get to the bottom side on Pat Thorne. He takes the 3rd spot away. Thorne way up the racetrack in the 27 car. That allows Max Dollar to the bottom side down the back straightaway. He'll move himself up into the 4th spot. 5 laps to go at the line. Belfiore is all over Tyler Chase for the top spot. Anthony Belfiore is making Tyler Chase earn it here tonight. Chase still hanging on, but that car is loosey-goosey down the front stretch and the back stretch. Belfiore now sets his sights to the outside of the Star Speedway, trying to find a way by Tyler Chase. It's going to be another one of those Woody's Auto Street Stock finishes here at Star. The place to race is proven right again here at Star Speedway. Good, back in the air, Woody's Auto Street Stock's back underway. Down into 1 and 2, Tyler Chase leads him down the back chute. Anthony Belfiore trying to pull even, popsicle sticks in the air this time by. Belfiore gets a pretty good run on the outside groove down through turns 3 and 4. Chase sideways down the front stretch. Belfiore leads him at the line in the 90. Anthony Belfiore led that lap. Down the back chute, even side by side, wheel to wheel down the back chute. White flag in the air this time by. Belfiore gaining the advantage on the outside groove. Chase leaning him up the racetrack. Chase sideways, white flag in the air. Final trip around and Lovejoy left the bottom side. Chase down low. Belfiore up high. Wheel to wheel. Chase sideways. Belfiore engine in front. Checkered flag in the air this time by Anthony Belfiore on the outside groove. He'll get the win in the 90 car. Belfiore wins it. Everybody avoiding him. Chase goes around. Green flag in the air. Saturday Night Thunder at Star Speedway is underway. Bill Helliwell gets the advantage. keeps his foot in the 45 and gets underneath. James Wickham in the 45, able to get, contact! Wickham, James Wickham, what a heartbreaker for James Wickham. He goes around, caution on the field. Here comes Jeff Battle on the outside of Tom Barolo. Tom Barolo trying to fend him off from the bottom side. Battle on a move, and on the outside goes, takes over the first one, car number 14. Ballistic Bill Holloway looking for career win number 1 behind the wheel of the 350 Super Modified, and car number 01 leads the way. Brad Bell, Residence Pass with all last restart. He's going to have to go to work to try to get back by the 01 of Holloway down the back chute. Halliwell, Dave Halliwell runs in the 3rd spot. 4th is Battle, and 5th is Tommy the Tom Barolo in car number 98. Hollywood, Dave Halliwell all over the back bumper on Brad Babb for the 2nd spot. Babb trying to find a way to reach that 01 of Bill Halliwell, but it's not going to happen as Bill Halliwell is trying to set sail. Jeff Battle now goes to the outside on Dave Halliwell down the back straight away. Side by side, wing to wing for the 3rd spot. Jeffrey Battle is on a mission on the outside road. Takes the third spot away. Field stringing out now with under 10 laps to go. Babb leads. Tommy Tom Barolo is 2nd. 3rd is Dave Halliwell. 4th, Jeffrey Battle. And 5th is Mike Collins in car 02. Early leader, Bill Halliwell back to 6th now. 7th is Eddie Wickham Jr. 8th, Kenny Waite. 9th is James Wickham. And 10th is BT3, Bobby Timmons the 3rd. Laps ticking away now. It looks like they adhered to the warning from race director Dave McGuire Sr. and they have been a little more well-behaved here in the last 16 laps as Brad Babb starts to run away. Tommy Tom Barolo trying to reel him back in and have a shot at victory in car 98. This time by Chief Starter Steve Grant, gonna have 5 fingers in the air, 5 laps to go for your leader, Wyndham Main driver Brad Babb in car number 41. Dave Halliwell now starting to put the pressure to Tommy Tom Barolo, trying to find a way into the 2nd spot. Jeff Battle right there as well in car number 14. He got jumbled up there and fell back a couple spots as he was racing for 2nd and 3rd in car 14. 3 to go at the line. Brad Babb is in cruise control in car number 41. This time by popsicle sticks in the air from Chief Starter Steve Grant. 2 laps to go at the line for Brad Babb. Battle now sets his sights to the outside on Dave Halliwell. Halliwell's going to have to try to fend him off here in the closing stages of this one. White flag in the air this time by. Final trip around for Brad Babb. White flag in the air, final trip around. Down the back chute for the final time. Brad Babb took the lead back from Dave Halliwell. Checkered flag in the air. Your 350 Super Modified winner, Brad Babb in the 41. 2nd to Tom Barolo. 3rd, Dave Halliwell. 4th, Jeff Battle. And 5th to Mike Collins. We'll head trackside. Stocks green flag in the air. Street stock 25 lap main event underway. Erickson up into the wall in car number 1. Austin Pork Chop Erickson up into Woody's Auto Street stock main event back underway. Thorne down into turns 1 and 2, leads him down the back chute. Tyler Chase tries to pull even on the outside groove in car 64. Chase on the high side trying to fight from the outside groove, side by side for the lead. Who's in the lead? Lap number 1. Thorne on the bottom side by a bumper. Tyler Chase not going to outside groove in car 64 down the back chute, pulls even with him, still side by side for the top spot. Right behind them, Anthony Belfiore, Ron Bulldog side by side as well. Timmy Boyle in 5th. Good hard racing up front, nearly going to the 25 lap main event for the Woody's Auto Street stock. Anderson in the 1 car around, he's going to keep it rolling, we stay green. Anderson in the 81 car keeps it rolling, we stay green. Thank you very much. Lovejoy able to get by, he moves himself up into 4th. Max Dolliver looking to fill the hole down underneath the 90B of Boyle. They're all trying to find a way by Pat Thorne in car number 27. He sits in the 3rd spot. Boyle not going away on the high side down the backstretch. Chaz Briggs in the 82 car heads down pit road in his first start of the 2020 campaign with us, a regular at the Beach Ridge Motor Speedway. Look at this battle for the 3rd spot, folks. It's a 4-car battle for 3rd as Belfiore peeks to the bottom side on Chase for the top spot. Racing all over the Star Speedway once again in the Woody's Auto Street Stocks, one of the toughest divisions in all the land. Belfiore to the bottom side on Chase. Chase slams the door shut. Belfiore stays with him. Once again, Chase slams the door shut. Contact made for the top spot. Boyle in the 90B on the outside groove, falling behind now. Belfiore looks to the outside for the lead now down the front stretch. Adam Lovejoy able to get to the bottom side on Pat Thorne. He takes the third spot away. Thorne way up the racetrack in the 27 car. That allows Max Dahl over to the bottom side down the back straightaway. He'll move himself up into the fourth spot. 5 laps to go at the line. Belfiore is all over Tyler Chase for the top spot. Anthony Belfiore is making Tyler Chase earn it here tonight. Chase still hanging on, but that car is loosey-goosey down the front stretch and the back stretch. Belfiore now sets his sights to the outside of the Star Speedway, trying to find a way by Tyler Chase. It's going to be another one of those Woody's Auto Street Stock finishes here at Star. The place to race is proven right again here at Star Speedway. Good, like back in the air, Woody's Auto Street Stock's back underway. Down into 1 and 2, Tyler Chase leads him down the back chute. Anthony Belfiore trying to pull even. Popsicle sticks in the air this time by. Belfiore gets a pretty good run on the outside groove down through turns 3 and 4. Chase sideways down the front stretch. Belfiore leads him at the line in the 90. Anthony Belfiore led that lap. Down the back chute, even side by side, wheel to wheel down the back chute. White flag in the air this time by. Belfiore gaining the advantage on the outside groove. Chase leaning him up the racetrack. Chase sideways, white flag in the air. Final trip around and Lovejoy left the bottom side. Chase down low. Belfiore up high. Wheel to wheel. Chase sideways. Belfiore engine in front. Checkered flag in the air this time by Anthony Belfiore on the outside groove. He'll get the line of the 90 car. Belfiore wins it. Everybody avoiding him. Chase goes around.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a worn key. Where would you bring it? At what cost? And for how long? At E-Keys for Cars, our experienced technicians will diagnose your problem and get you going quickly with a fixed price quote. Whenever and wherever you're stuck, E-Keys for Cars comes to you with a new key or ignition repair. Just call E-Keys for Cars, the fast, affordable mobile solution to your vehicle key and lock needs.
They raise the bar, E-Keys for Cars.
Our family has been in business since 1972. I'm Johnny Wolf. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. 21st Century Motors now offers low-rate credit union financing and first-time buyer programs. We have a large selection of vehicles starting at $49.90. Quality vehicles and guaranteed repairs. Come see why more than 50% of our business is repeat or referral. Visit us today on Route 25 in Gorham, Maine, or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
From our family to your family.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott Recreation.
We're starting our end of season sale now. We have over 300 campers in stock and every unit is on sale, even the 2020s. Up to $16,000 off travel trailers, up to $30,000 off fifth wheels and motorhomes, up to $40,000 off toy haulers. Ask about our bi-weekly payment program to save you even more money.
Financing available, trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Season Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations. Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Well, welcome back to the Mainly Motorsports, and on the air now, there's a guy we're a big fan of, always been from the days of Hudson up to the top of the pinnacle of the Pro All-Star Series. Now we get a chance to watch him mainly the Ackerman Odd Series driving the Gourmet Lollipop number 22. But this weekend, maybe we're going to see him roll into victory lane at Oxford, and that's Derek Griffith. So, Derek, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports.
Oh, always a pleasure to be on. Love talking to you. It's been an awesome deal, and I've been a big fan of you guys too. So it's been a pleasure to be on.
Take us back a year. Last year, you got to restart with 3 to go. You know, if Travis misses a shift, spins the tires, you're standing in victory lane at the 250. You know, you've proven that you've got speed there. You've proven you know how to go 250 laps. But what's it going to take this year for you to end up on top and win that race?
You know, it's such an interesting race and such a cool deal the whole way around. You know, it's not just the best car doesn't always win. You know, there's kind of like a time a time deal where you got to go at a specific time, and Lady Luck's got to be on your side, and it's kind of a mixture of things. You just got to have the right mixture going the whole way around. So I'm just hoping your whole day kind of starts off with the luck of the draw. I mean, I kind of got lucky enough where I started towards the front last year and kind of stayed up there most of the race until we took tires late, and it's just kind of a luck deal. Like I said, hopefully I'll know first thing Sunday morning how my day's going to kind of end up in a sense. And as soon as I pull my hand out of that pill draw.
No, absolutely. And you talk about taking on tires. It's such a strategy race. Everybody probably goes there with a plan in place. But depending on how the cautions come out, depending on how the competitors pit and what they do, that can change your whole plan. And sometimes it helps you, but more times than not, guys, they find out after when you talk to them, if we'd have stuck what we wanted to do with what we wanted to do, we'd have been better off, And is that something you guys do, is just stick to your plan no matter what everybody else does?
Yeah, we got a plan that we kind of have an idea on what we think will work, and we stick to that whole deal. It's tough though, I mean, we're a series that doesn't really do pit stops ever, so a lot of the people that run the 250, I shouldn't say all of them, but a good majority of them are not pit stop people. So you get a deal where you kind of end up on pit road, and you get a bunch of guys who don't normally do pit stops doing not live pit stops anymore, but we still got a time frame to get out there and get in and do what we got to do, and strategy calls come into play, and it's just so interesting to see how every person kind of does it a little differently too. So it's kind of we plan on sticking to our guns, and we got a strategy that we think will work, and I'm sure everyone else does too, but it proved itself pretty decent last year, and I think we'll end up okay.
No, absolutely. And you've raced a few Pro All-Star Series events this year. You've been really focused on the Acromenage thing. Obviously, the COVID thing shut everything down for a while. That's been going good. The gourmet lollipop deal, and the 22, and the bright yellow, and it's a great thing for Northern New England racing. But I'm sure what Nick Sweet did the first part of the season. I'm sure what Derek Farrington's done up at Oxford for the month of August. So who the guys rolling in are going to be at the top of the speed charts, and you've followed along enough to know who you're going to have to beat to win this race.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Nick Sweet's just been on a tear this year. He's just, we keep up, even when we're not racing. I'm always keeping up with what's going on back home, excited, and it's good to see. I'm good friends with Nick. It's good to see him running good. He's a really good dude, and he deserves to run pretty good. And Dave as well. Dave's on a roll. I mean, 4 in a row at Oxford, and same thing. Pretty decently good friends with him, and he was another Kilwickie driver from the development program they had, and it's just so cool to see. Him run good, because I think he got his first pass win over, a couple weekends ago.
Absolutely. And there's two ways to roll into this race. You're the guy with the bullseye on your back, like Dave Farrington, like Nick Sweet, or you're the guy that they talked about maybe the last couple of years, and this year they're not talking about you, and that's Derek Griffith. And the last guy that it reminds me of rolling into that race the way you're rolling in this year was a kid by the name of Joey Pohl, comes from the same hometown as you, and he came in with his bullseyes on his back and didn't fulfill what he hoped to do. Came in one year where he's going to be good. He's he's an obvious threat. He's Joey Pohl. He's this, and he ends up dominating that day and wins his Oxford 250. So that could very much easily be your day, the way your season's gone and the way you guys are approaching the 2020 version of the 250.
Yeah, and we always look at it like we want to win every race, but 250 is such a hard deal. We have a pretty good understanding that stuff can't always go our way and all that. But with the last couple decent runs at Oxford, I mean, it's easily my most I don't know, improved racetrack, I guess is the best way to put it. I mean, we struggled there for years and raced there. I got more laps there than probably anywhere else in the whole country, and it's just a place that's just beat me up so bad. So to finally kind of get rolling here the last year or so has been huge for me, and it's a huge confidence booster too. Not even I'm never the kind of guy that's like rolls into the racetrack like, oh, I'm gonna win today, and I'm just not like that. But it's good to know, like, hey, we get some speed, and we get I know I can race with those guys that are winning races and stuff, and it's going to be a battle at least, and that feels good.
Nope, that's good. And, we know you guys are ready. Your dad's ready. Obviously, Louie and the rest of the team. Dolly's always focused in her job with the spotters, and and it's just you got all the pieces needed to win that race. Now you need Lady Luck and a little bit of strategy go your way, and you'll be standing in victory lane. That's all you need, Derek, and it's yours.
Yeah,
sounds
sure.
easy, don't it?
It is easy on paper, but it's in the 250 is such a cool race too, because I think a lot of people get excited to run at Oxford in the 250 because it could be anyone's day. I mean, there's 20 cars on race day that could win that race. I mean, I talk about it all the time. A guy like Scott McDaniels too, that great racer, but he doesn't have a crazy good track record or not a lot of wins or anything like that. I mean, I think he led. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago. He led half the 250, and and that could have been his day, and it was close. And it's so cool to see mom and pop race teams really running out there at a big level. I mean, you go to the Derby, and there is no
nobody's going to be a mom and pop roll out of there 24 by 24 with volunteer help and win that race. You're absolutely right, but it can happen at Oxford, and it's funny you say that because I go to a lot of races from the Derby to Oxford. Not so much the last couple of years in Canada, but we've gone all over the Eastern Seaboard and watched racing. I go on a weekly basis, sometimes 4 nights in a row to see racing. Never really miss my hands-on ownership involvement until I'm sitting in the pit grandstands, and it's only the pits. When I sit in the pits grandstands on 250 morning, and Debbie would tell you if she was sitting here, I'll always say to her, it's the only time I miss not having my hands on and being an owner of one of these cars is this day, this morning, is to be involved in this event. And it's the only time, Derek. And so you're absolutely right what this event means. Just to be a part of is such a huge deal for anybody that grew up in New England, especially, Maine and New Hampshire, because this is the deal. So you understand it, you get it, and how cool would it be to just bring another one back to Hudson? All those other guys, the Dave Dion's, the Joey Poles, add your name to that list. Give it to your dad, give it to Louie, guys that have put so much into your career, your team. That's what I think makes this race even more special than some of the other ones, because when you roll into victory lane and you get to see your dad smile, Louie smile and all that, and you think what you've accomplished, but what you've been able to give to them, if that was fortunate enough to happen this week, that's what sets this race apart from any other race that we deal with.
Oh yeah, it'd be unbelievable. We have we get a lot of cool trophies at the shop, and we get a lot of we've had a lot of success. But I mean, to get one at the place that was easily, like, I didn't even make it into my first 250, and I almost didn't make it into my second 250. So to make it full swing, and if we can pull that off, that'd be unreal, especially to bring it back to Hudson. I think we tie Turner with the amount of different people that won.
Yeah.
I think Dave Dion, Joey Pole, and then if I did it, I think that's 3, and then I think it's I think it's Glenn Luce and Mike Rowe.
Well, actually Dion's got 3, Joey's got 1, so you're gonna have to go win a couple, because Mike's got 3, Ben's got 2, and Glenn's got 1. So you guys are gonna be Hudson's gonna be a couple behind, but they're gonna be looking over their shoulder. And you got 2 shots this weekend, you and Joey Pole, and you're probably right now running better than he is, so you're going to be Hudson's sentimental favorite.
I hope so, for sure. And it's funny, people talk about that every now and then. I always think that's such a funny, such a odd coincidence that, a few racers from Hudson and a few racers from Turner that have, really kind of spread out and done so much. So it's a cool deal.
You could count Bruce Bernhardt. He didn't strap in the car, but he's from Hudson, right?
Yep, and Halliwell is a town over from us.
Yep,
I know
so
you
you're
might not be
right in the neighborhood. We'll give you credit. So Turner versus Hudson. But Derek, we wish you the best of luck. I know there's a lot of preparation that's gone into this for this weekend. We'll stop by and say hi and wish you the best of luck. And would like nothing more than be talking to you at the end of the night with that huge smile on your face. Me and you licking lollipops, talking about you just won the 250.
Oh man, I sure hope so. That'd be unreal, and I appreciate you having me on. And like I said, hopefully you are talking to me. That'd be unreal.
All right, that's Derek Griffith, driver of the number 12. Wishing him the best of luck this weekend, Oxford 250. You don't want to miss it. So we'll take a break and we'll come back and wrap this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports up.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good. It's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle the factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting a valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Servicing differentials is virtually impossible. The confined space makes fill holes difficult to reach, and industry-standard conical bottles are rigid and hard to squeeze. That combination makes for a messy job. Plus, you can't get all of the gear lube out of the bottle, so you have to buy more than you need to complete the job. And engineering your own solution only results in disaster. Not anymore. Introducing the new AMSOIL Easy Pack. Easily access hard-to-service differentials. Easily squeeze out all of the contents. And easily stay clean while you do it. No more leftover fluid or inconvenient rigid bottles. No more trouble reaching difficult fill holes. No more mess. AMSOIL Severe Gear in the new Easy Pack. The solution to all your problems.
Another first from AMSOIL. For a stocking dealer nearest you, call toll-free 877-761-8375 or visit fourseasonsynthetic.com.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And man, it's a crazy week. Everybody that's involved with this race, the Mayberry family. Let's think about them. The staff of Oxford Plains Speedway coincided with the staff of the Pro All-Star Series. The teams all preparing for this weekend. The Super Late Models, the Mods, the Street Stocks, the Outlaw, all those guys part of this weekend. Sponsors all reaching into their pocket to see if they can do a little bit more to help their guys through this weekend that, you know, the cost, let's face it, there's added cost. You know, the team members, the crew members, trying to give that extra night this week to make sure everything's right as they get and race on the big stage. You know, Speed 51, everything they're doing this week to prepare with press releases around all the preparation of bringing a team up there and doing what they're doing at the Oxford 250. So it's just a lot going on. You know, we just want to play our small part in it, and we hopefully do. And we've had a lot of great memories up there. Memories back to watching the 250, to first competing and qualifying for the 250, to eventually winning the 250, and then once I took over Mainly Motorsports, interviewing these guys that won and finished second and finished third in the 250. And I've met so many great people and put them on this set and had the conversations with them, from the likes of Joey Pole, Eddie McDonald, Jeff Taylor, you know, guys that keep trying and just want that win. Who will be the guys this year to make their first appearance on the set after the race? I don't know. Could it be Nick Sweet's year? He's been fast more than once. Just hasn't been able to put it all together. Does Dave Farrington cap off that stellar month of August? Is this the year that Jeff Taylor finally rolls into victory lane? And if that's a guy that not very emotional, doesn't show much emotion, okay, just there to do his job. If he rolls into victory lane as many times as he's come close and as many times as he's tried. If you're not a Jeff Fehler fan, you will be for that moment. I promise you. So it's going to be a great weekend of racing. Not the way we've become accustomed to, but Speed 51 doing all they can to make it so it's that weekend. The Mayberry family and everything they do. So we'll be there. Really excited. So we're going to bring you some highlights. And for all the ones that are going up there and supporting them, hats off to you. It's going to be a great weekend up at Oxford. It's going to be a great weekend at some other places. Don't forget the Boss Hog the week after. Big race down to Claremont. Star Classics just around the corner. Mark your calendars in October. World Series, Oktoberfest. Just lots going on over the last couple months as we try to cap off and make it a manageable 2020 race season. So I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, the interviews we had with the guys, the highlights of some races. That Street Stock Classic Star, I'm telling you, them guys are up on the wheel. So I enjoyed this week's show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you at the 250. Stop by, say hi, and we'll see you next time right here on Mainly Motorsports.